Alright, peace, Loran. So this is going to be your mini reading before we jump into the full readings. So first things first, right, in this reading I'm going to be covering like your sun, and I'll be talking a little bit about the aspects which your sun is receiving. So you have your sun at 0 degrees, 0 degrees, 0 degrees Taurus, you feel what I'm saying? And so the last few degrees of Aries, hold on, I'm pulling it up on my phone just so that I'm sure. The last degrees of Aries are represented by a river, and the name of this river is wait, no, it's not the last, but within the Aries constellation, you know, one of the constellations that are connected with Aries is the is Eridanus, you feel me? And this is like the river of life, technically. But yeah, Eridanus is, you can definitely look into it if it intrigues you. But the first deacon um of sorry, my mind is like everywhere today. So the first deacon of Taurus, the bull highlighting and signifying this, portrays like the bull getting out of a river, you feel what I'm saying? Getting out of the river. And this river is the river of Eridanus. And so the reason why I bring up the river of Eridanus is because, like, with you having 0 degrees Taurus, this is like a cusp, you feel me? And this is like Taurus Aries energy. So really, because they're a Taurus, it's Taurus energy that's backed and supported by Aries energy. And so the key word for this deacon is determination. You feel what I'm saying? In this life, there is a need to persist and work diligently to acquiring those ambitions of yours. You feel what I'm saying? Typically, with Taurus, you know, typically Tauruses have a understanding of what it is that they want. And as you may know, right, Taurus is a very simplistic sign. So they don't want much. They want the simple life. They want comfort, security, material security. You feel what I'm saying? But I also will tell you this. So you have your sun in Taurus within the 10th house. So with your sun being in the 10th house, this makes your your identity, your reputation, your status, and how you're seen in the world of great importance. You feel what I'm saying? And so ultimately, the 10th house is a public house, and it's a house that deals with business. You know, like a lot of the times when you have your sun in the 10th house, you do best and you do better when you're working by yourself and you're working for yourself rather than when you're working with others, if what I'm saying. And so with your sun being here, it's of great importance, you know, just to understand that if you have business endeavors and business pursuits, you know, that you are on the right path and that you should continue doing that which is you're doing. And if I'm not mistaken, I think I think like you have Mars, not Mars, your sun, and then you have your moon in the 8th house. Wow, which is intensive energies, transformative energies. You feel me? Energies that can portray a. So with the sun being more exalted than the moon, this can indicate that there was a the father may have been a more prominent figure than the mother, and with the moon being in the 8th house, this may even highlight that, you know, in your upbringing, the mother may not have completely been present, may have been missing, or she may have been affected by like death. You feel me? Like a lot of the times, and from you have it in, and then like you have it in Pisces. Yeah, you have it in Pisces, so the odds of yeah, like the mother may not have been there, and the father, or like a masculine role may have been more so prevalent, if what I'm saying. But then it's like Taurus is a feminine sign, so this highlights that there was even a possibility that the father was like took both roles of mother, and father. But it's like it's of importance to understand the reality. Like it's important to have like a philosophy in hand, you feel me, that you can pull from and etc. And it's like with this energy here, you know, it's an indication of like that reflection of maybe just seeing a father external of you who maybe embody a feminine principle, may have then gone to cultivate energies within you that dealt with you and of yourself being both balanced in the realms of your feminine and your masculine energies. And the way that I can see it more prevalently portraying within your chart is having a great connection to the inner realm and also a connection to the outer realm and the material possessions. You feel what I'm saying? And so with you having Pisces in your 8th house, like this makes you like super duper, like quadruple duper, like really sensitive, really sensitive to energies, and really spiritual as well, having tremendous spiritual abilities, and even having an ability to contact the dead. You feel me? So even though your mother may not have been there, and she, like the odds of your mom dying with these energies is very likely. Like even if she wasn't there, you connected with her, you contacted her, you feel me, even though she was on the other side. But it's like with the moon, when the moon is in the 8th house, it just dictates that like death and even sex, you feel me. But I'll talk about death first, and then we can talk about sex later. But it just highlights that death, one way or another, the experiences you had growing up with death profoundly shaped and molded your like individuality, how you perceive yourself, you know. But it's like also your sexual experiences did that as well. Had a great effect on how you perceive yourself and how you were molded. You feel me? So these two things were of great influence. Sheesh, what's crazy is when I looked at your chart and I was preparing for your reading, I didn't even pay attention to your moon. But it's like you have so much energy with your moon that I feel like I should just talk about. And it's like ultimately I'll leave it at this though, because I should get back to the sun, because that's what I prepared for. Like with your moon being in Pisces in the 8th house, there is a stress on regressing back into past experiences. You feel what I'm saying? Experiences from your past that you still carry to this day. Because see, Pisces deals with sorrows and baggage, and Pisces also deals with spiritual entities. And this can even be because of this, you know. And then the 8th house is a house that deals with enemies, open enemies. Throughout your life, odds of you attracting haters to you are pretty high. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like a lot of your haters may even be concealed or hidden. They may not be all up in your face, or they may have manipulative tactics, or like in the most general term is needing to awaken to your abilities to protect yourself spiritually, awakening to your spiritual weapons, if what I'm saying, and learning how to like, geez, and that goes really deep, because something as simple as learning to stay positive over negative is a form of a weapon in the spiritual realm. Something as simple as even in times when you're supposed to be afraid, keeping a poised attitude and calm, that is a potent spiritual weapon. Because in the spiritual realm, it's all about vibration and frequency, and whichever vibration and frequency you are on dictates what you're channeling. And it's like fear is the channel for lower energies. They feed off of it, like 100% facts. And it's like the eighth house is somewhat of a negative house as is, and then Pisces is a negative sign as well, inclined towards worrying and stressing out and so on and so forth. And so with this energy here, it's just all about learning to direct your imagination constructively. But anyways, I'll say this to you. So I'm gonna close the moon energy off, and I'm gonna start talking about your sun. So your sun is in the 10th house. We already talked about that and talked about how the place in which you should direct your energy towards is building your business, building your reputation, having services. You feel me? With the 8th house being in Pisces, it's of importance that you have services. And those spirit services likely will express towards, they can express towards just psychic services like tarot readings and things like that, but they can also express through like the medical field and helping people heal, and even if it's natural medicine over allotropic or pills, you feel me? Or it can even be like it could be many different things, but Pisces is a sign that deals with giving back. You feel what I'm saying? Not even giving back, but just giving and giving and giving. And so your sun, I'll even say this to you, your sun is in opposition to Jupiter. And so Jupiter is a planet that deals with like benevolent energies, you feel me? It deals with like expansiveness, your ability to be expansive, you feel what I'm saying? And also your ability to be charitable and extend and give goodwill to others. And so with your sun opposing Jupiter, this can play out in a manner where there can be an energy where it's like there may be an over exaggeration of the ego, where it's like even in your upcoming to your status and your success, there may have been certain individuals that may have assisted you, because Jupiter also deals with those individuals that come to aid and help you, right? And so the sun deals with the individuality, the ego, the identity. And then Jupiter is like the gurus and those who come to help and assist you. And there may be a tendency of like forgetting those people who assisted you and helped you, and kind of playing an energy of confidence, where it can be even an over exaggeration of one's true abilities versus what one thinks they can do. And this over exaggeration can lead to them kind of not thinking that they need to sit down and plan things out. And this is type energy, you feel me, where it's like in time you learn to be more poised, and work with plans. But like initially there can be an energy of not assessing and calculating holistically the risks, or not so much being in reality and not understanding what your resources are and where you can go, but kind of like just being not so grounded in reality. And like this energy right here between your sun and your Jupiter, in a sense it's also explained with your moon being in Pisces. Moon and Pisces individuals are inclined towards fantasy thinking, and having even trouble with conciliating, hold on, I hope I'm using that word right, conciliating with the fact that they are humans, Hold on, I gotta look that word up real quick. Conciliation.
Here's the definition of conciliation: the action of stopping someone from being angry, placation.
Okay, so technically I'm using the word right. they may have trouble, right, conciliating with the fact that they are humans, like, because Pisces is a sign, it's a spiritual sign, and it deals with the spirit world, and these individuals have a yearning to go back home, a yearning that they're ancient souls in a sense, or not even, and it's like a lot of the times when you have Pisces energy, you're old, like your soul is ancient, you feel me, and you've kind of explored the universe, and you're aware of many different assets and dimensions of the universe. You feel me? Like Pisces is the last sign, it's the last water sign, thus signifying ancient energy. You feel me? It's the accumulation of all the other energies. But yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna get back to the Jupiter and the Sun Jupiter. So yeah, that's there, with the Sun Jupiter energy, and with this energy, it's just of great importance to understand that before getting into an endeavor, there is benefit in grounding yourself in reality. And so when I say grounding in reality, this is like using Mercury, right? In Mercury is the planet of intellect, right? And we'll dive deeper into your Mercury placement and how it is that you utilize intellect later. But for this mini reading, it's just kind of like a mini reading. I usually do this mini reading so then I portray and I help people understand what they can benefit. But as of lately, I've been doing all these free mini readings for people, but it's been more so from a selfish standpoint. But it's like, for me, my selfishness is selflessness, but it's because like I understand that I am the other persons in the world. Like I've come to the real the true the understanding of unity, so deeply. And that's what Pisces is all about as well, unification. You feel what I'm saying? And you have Neptune. You have Neptune trining your sun. Neptune trining your sun. It produces this energy which propels you towards having a strong desire to want to serve humanity. You feel me? Neptune, you have a lot of Piscean energy in your chart. That's not even just your moon in Pisces, because like Neptune rules Pisces, but in of itself, and Neptune deals with utopian thoughts, thoughts of wanting to help humanity and wanting to improve the conditions of humanity and kind of wanting to spread love and give agape love. And it's like there is this desire to want to service others and assist others, you feel me? And it's like there is an importance for you to utilize your will and express that will through forms of services, whichever they may be, because Pisces deals with illusions. The issue with this placement here that may arise is that there may be a struggle in honing in on the purpose of, like, there may be a struggle in honing in on the purpose, but one thing for certain is that it's like, regardless of, even if you don't know what the purpose is, one way or another, people will benefit from your individuality, from your services, and from your assistance. You feel me? So it's of importance that you do allow yourself to give yourself unto others. But I also do want to say this, like, you also have Pluto opposing you have Pluto opposing your sun. And so with Pluto opposing your sun, this type of energy is like, this is the type of energy where it's like, so Pluto deals with interconnective relationships. I hope I'm saying that right. Like relationships that deal with, they're not so much intimate, but they're like relationships that you may have with your coworkers, with certain people out in the world. You feel what I'm saying? But then it's like Pluto's in the 4th house though, so this is an indication of familial energy. You feel me? And so with Pluto opposing the sun in the 4th house, this can even be an indication of like a lot of the corrosive experiences that you had, because Pluto is a sign of like, it's a sign of transformation and regeneration, but it's like very heavy, dark energies. And it's like those corrosive hard energies you experienced or you experience in the home oppose, in a sense, your individuality. You feel me? And it's like with Jupiter also being in the fourth house opposing your sun, there can be an energy coming from the household that's like how, like, an energy that may have kind of produced this discord and this discord between like you as an individual and your perception on a higher power. You feel me? And maybe feeling like victimized almost, because like, you're born into this crazy situation scenario, and like everything may seem like it's falling apart, and so it may be easy for you to feel victimized and feel like you're in a prison, an emotional prison of your own making. Not really, it's a lot, it's a lot. But like that, this pretty much concludes like the mini reading, because I do, with these mini readings, I do like to keep them 20 minutes. You feel me? But so yeah, what we will do is I do sessions, so I work session by session, and the way that I do it is I help you break down everything inside of your chart, so you have an understanding of your energy and the way that your energy is expressing and how it is that you can redirect it. I give you practical applications on things you can do to help redirect this energy, etc. And I only charge $30. Yeah. And so $30 per session, that is. And so yeah, let's definitely do that. But yeah, peace. I look forward to working with you. Namaste. Loran.